That is the connection. And it's not just my district. Every single one of these members here today have illegal substances in their district as a result of the Biden open border policies. That is the connection. Every single one of us has constituents who have been poisoned as a result. To say that there is no connection, that is wildly inappropriate, unacceptable. And to the families that have lost loved ones as a result of the open border policies, you should apologize.
One question changed the entire hearing. Representative Kat Cammack challenged a witness who argued there was no clear connection between border security efforts and the fentanyl crisis. But Cammack pushed back with seizure statistics, a real example of fentanyl recovered in her district, and a series of direct questions that turned the exchange into one of the hearing's most intense moments. The sharpest clash came when Cammack called the witness's claim wildly inappropriate and unacceptable, arguing that families devastated by fentanyl deserve answers, not dismissals. As the questioning continued, the witness repeatedly declined to give direct yes or no responses, adding even more tension to the hearing. Whether you agree with every point or not, this exchange highlights the deep divide over border security, fentanyl trafficking, and how lawmakers believe the crisis should be addressed. If you enjoy congressional hearing highlights and political analysis, be sure to subscribe and let us know in the comments. Who made the stronger case in this debate?
Thank you very much. I yield back.
Thank the gentlelady for yielding back. Now recognize gentlelady Ms. Cammack for her 5 minutes.
Well, thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you to everyone for making the trip down here. Thank you to our witnesses. We'll jump right into it. Going down the line, Sheriff, do you believe that we have a crisis at the southwest border?
Yes, ma'am.
Doctor?
Yep. I would say, look, as a healthcare provider, I'm more of an expert about what happens when it
Just
comes
yes
over the
or no,
border.
please.
I can speak to if
You
we don't have the
personally do
infrastructure
yes,
there.
just yes or no?
Look, I'm not an expert on border immigration policies. I think I can
Okay.
talk to what happens on the other side if we don't.
Okay,
have-
so I'm sorry, I have to reclaim my time. Ms. Garza, do we have a crisis at the southwest border? Yes.
We have a humanitarian crisis, yes.
Thank you.
I don't just believe, I know we have a crisis.
Thank you. Ms. Garza, how many shifts or ride-alongs have you done with Customs and Border Patrol agents or Texas DPS?
Actually, a few. I have represented hundreds of children in immigration
when did you do these
detention
ride-alongs?
locally. In 2018, 2017. It's been some time. I spent some time at OFO, also on the bridge on the ports of
I'm sorry, I'm
entry
going to
and
reclaim my
spoken
time.
with people.
So you have not done a ride-along or worked a shift along Texas DPS or our Border Patrol agents since the Biden administration has been in office?
Ma'am, I've been practicing
Correct?
immigration law
Or
since
yes
the
or no?
Obama administration in this region.
That's just a yes or no? Yes or no?
Ma'am, I've been practicing immigration
That's
law.
not
I'm an
answering my
attorney.
question.
I'm not a police officer.
Okay.
I'm not an officer.
So then you haven't. So you said earlier, quote, Operation Lone Star has not resulted in any sort of reduction of fentanyl deaths in your respective districts, talking about our districts, end quote. You referenced Operation Lone Star more than 3 times today in your testimony and in answering questions, saying that it's essentially a waste of taxpayer funds.
Yes.
I want to look at the results of Operation Lone Star to date since it took place in 2021. 361 million lethal doses of fentanyl have been apprehended, have been confiscated. That's just Operation Lone Star. That doesn't include what CBP or Border Patrol has actually confiscated. So going back to what you said, that Operation Lone Star is not stopping any fentanyl deaths, that it's a waste of money. How do you explain the 361 million lethal doses that have been confiscated? And I guess in your opinion, what is the price of a life then?
We are talking about billions of dollars that have further militarized this region and the state of Texas. It has been a waste of taxpayer
361 million lethal doses is a waste of taxpayer dollars?
Look, we both care about a solution here. We need to address the fentanyl issue.
I'm going to reclaim my time. When I reclaim my time, that means you have to stop talking.
militarization.
361 million lethal doses is a waste of taxpayer money, in your opinion. Yes or no?
I believe that Operation Lone Star is illegal.
So you
and
think
that
it is a waste of money. Ms. Garza, you
taxpayer
stated,
dollars.
you said, quote, I don't understand why we are here at the border. There is no connection, end quote. Let me show you what the connection is. This is a brick of fentanyl that was found in my district in Florida, in Marion County. This is 958 grams of fentanyl. The people who had that brick of fentanyl crossed the border illegally. That is the connection. And it's not just my district. Every single one of these members here today have illegal substances in their district as a result of the Biden open border policies. That is the connection. Every single one of us has constituents who have been poisoned as a result. To say that there is no connection, that is wildly inappropriate, unacceptable, and to the families that have lost loved ones as a result of the open border policies, you should apologize. There is a direct connection. It's right here. In my
Ma'am, they are not coming on the backs of individuals that are seeking asylum. That is
in
a
my
fact.
county, Marion County, and I represent 12 counties. In Marion County alone, over 70% of the 200 monthly overdoses are fentanyl. These are fentanyl poisonings. And as it has been made clear here today by my colleagues, only 5 to 10% of the fentanyl that is being smuggled over the border into the United States is documented. That's what we know of. This is a crisis. I only have about 25 seconds, so I'm going to end with this. Do you agree? Because I went through your Twitter feed. I went through several of the things that you've posted. You talk a lot about social justice. Do you believe that social justice is Biden taking $130 million from homeless veterans programs under FEMA and redirecting it to the border crisis here?
I believe that you're using the border as a political talking point.
Please answer the question.
And we do not appreciate that.
Answer the question. Let the record reflect that the witness has declined to answer the question under oath.
I will so reflect.